Good morning, everyone. Well, you can hardly see me. Hello? Hello? It's still dark here. Sissy has to go to work. Two people are still sleeping. And I thought, and it's warm. It's warm out here. November, I don't know, what's today? November 28th, 29th? 28th, I don't know. 30th. Well, almost December. Going towards December. I love the month of December. All right. I'm very partial to the month of December because I was born in the month of December. So, of course. But December, and of course, it's the birth of Christ. We celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Yes. So, beautiful month. Always a beautiful month for me. What was I going to talk about? Oh, panniers. I found out what that is. Well, I went and checked it out. I mean, one can think of it. Well, it has to be something that, they carried whatever in when they went to Egypt and with their panniers. What they are specifically is a baskets, often a set of two that you see in older times over a donkey, right, on either side. They had, right. So that's what that is. So those are panniers. There you go. Found out. It has another name too. It has another meaning as well, but from the Bible, that is the one. So done. All right, let's go to Pledge 7 first. I don't know. I should know this by now by heart, but I really don't. I've said this so many times. Still can't even. I don't know. You know how it's odd how some things you can remember, but I have the same problem with, and other things they don't stick somehow. I mean, it's not that they don't stick. I know the meaning of each one, but to say it exactly by heart, each word, no, that ain't gonna happen. So I still have to read it off. Well, I could read it in Korean. Oh, that'd even be worse. All right, Daniela. Family pledge. Number 7. Our family pledge is to perfect a world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage, through living for the sake of others by centering on true love. The original mind. Yeah. It's interesting to think about this kind of stuff. The original lineage. Here you are, right? Right on time. But I'm ready for you. You want to treat, sit. Oh, good boy. Now go on. Okay, Jacob's sons leave again with Benjamin. That's Genesis 43. But the famine in the country grew worse, and when they had finished eating the supplies which they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back and get us a little food." Now, they've already given up on Simeon. That's it. I don't think Joseph said anywhere he was going to kill him. I mean, if they come back with the younger son and this and that, I guess he did say something like that, didn't he? If you don't come. Well, anyway, so they're just, that's amazing on how just, okay. It's interesting to me on how, now the Egyptians in many ways, I have to say, it's an interesting nation as well, and their way of thinking. Oh, original lineage, right? There is a word, that Gentile, in the Bible, right? It's otherwise used as well, and it means, basically that not of the faith. Oh, infidel. Oh, they have that in the Islam faith too. Oh, whoever doesn't. But it's really regarded as a very negative. It's not, Oh, these are Gentile outsiders, right? These are Gentiles, Oh, okay. It's just a word that we describe someone that's not a part of, say, our family. I could start anybody that comes here and is not part of my family. Says, oh, hello, welcome, Gentile. Oh, hello, welcome, infidel. In a way, right? Yes? And not have it mean anything negative, but that's not how it is meant. It's not meant like that in the Bible, and it's not meant like that in Islam, right? It's a negative term for people that believe in the same God, but just not exactly the same way that you want them to. Again, what is that all about? In any case, but here, who's relying on whom? I find that interesting on how often suddenly people who think they have it all together, or nations who think they have it all together, suddenly rely on another nation that they hadn't really looked all that kindly upon. Well, again, that's kind of a two-faced thing too, isn't it? But here, they assume Simeon is dead? They didn't even, I guess food is more important. Or what? Oh, but now they have little food left. Huh? Go back and get us a little food. All right. But, Judah replied, the man expressly warned us. He will not be admitted to my presence unless your brother is with you. If you are ready to send our brother with us, we will go down and get food for you. So they're all afraid of Joseph. Interesting. Sometimes you have to wonder why people are so afraid of something, right? If it's not the other way around, that one has to be afraid of the people who are afraid. Well, anyway, I'm just saying. But if you are not ready to send him, we will not go down, in view of the man's warning. So you'd rather starve to death. Okay, then. You will not be admitted to my presence unless your brother is with you. Then Israel said, that's right. Right? Jacob is Israel now. See, sometimes they use Jacob, then they use Israel. All right, make up your mind. Why did you bring this misery on me by telling the man you had another brother? They replied. He kept questioning us about ourselves and our family, asking, is your father still alive? Oh, did he ask that? They must have skipped that here in the 42. And have you another brother? Oh, that is why we told him. How could we know he was going to say, bring your brother down here? Judah then said to his father Israel, there we go again, send the boy with me, and let us be off and go. If we are to survive and not die, we, you, and our descendants, I will go surety for him, and you can hold me responsible for him. Oh, yeah, good one, Judah. If I do not bring him back to you and produce him before you, let me bear the blame all my life. Wow, this is coming from the son who actually threw Joseph in the well. Well, you see, we get to read all this thousands of years later. So, how true are people actually when they tell you something? What do they already have in the past that would belie every word that they say? Eesh. I guess sometimes it's better not to know. I don't know. People have a lot of skeletons in their closets. Indeed, if we had not wasted so much time, we should have been there and back twice by now. Oh! Then their father Israel said to them, if it must be so, then do this. Take some of the country's best products in your baggage and take them to the man as a gift. Some balsam, some honey, gum, tragacanth, resin, pistachio nuts, and almonds. Take double the amount of money with you and return the money put back in the mouths of your sacks. It may have been a mistake. Take your brother and go back to the man. May El Shaddai move the man to be kind to you and allow you to bring back your other brother and Benjamin. Oh, so they do not believe that he's dead. Man, this story is a bit weird, the way it is told. So they finish up all the food first. They're not going back right away to assure the safety of Simeon. So one assumes that they assume. But then here, Jacob says, bring the other brother, your other brother, and Benjamin. He names the one son other brother, and Benjamin, Benjamin. That's interesting too. I see things like that, okay? It's just interesting. It's interesting. The mind of people, how the minds of people work, and how our thought process works, and what, as I always say, from your heart to mind. What is in your heart to mind? What is really in there? Yeah. As for me, if I must be bereaved I must be. Oh, so in the other one here, in 42, he says, if any harm comes to Benjamin, then you will send my white head down to Sheol with grief. Basically, he'll, die? And here, well, if I must be bereaved I must be. Interesting on how people change their mind about things. That's an interesting way. You can change your mind if it's for the better. I guess this would be for the better. Or maybe now he had time to get used to, well, you know what? In order for my people and myself to eat, I'll have to sacrifice another son. I don't know. Is that it? Interesting. The meeting with Joseph. The men took this gift. They took double the amount of money with them, and Benjamin. They set off, went down to Egypt, and presented themselves before Joseph. When Joseph saw Benjamin with them, he said to his chamberlain, take these men into the house, slaughter a beast and prepare it, for these men are to eat with me at midday. The man did as Joseph had ordered and took the men to Joseph's house. The men were afraid of being taken to Joseph's house and said, we're being taken there because of the money replaced in our sacks the first time. Dear me! Also, you know, if Joseph would have had any kind of bad intentions, he'd have thrown them all in jail. Right? He takes them to his house. When does someone take you to their house? When do you take someone home with you? So they can be afraid? Hey, the mindset. Well, there you go. It's so, I do, dear, da, do. They will set on us. like Joseph, who's the head of whole Egypt, you know, just one below Pharaoh, that needs to do that. Right? Take him to his house and take care of him. Yea, of little faith. They will fall on us and make slaves of us, and take our donkeys too. Oh yeah, worried about the donkeys. So they went up to Joseph's chamberlain, spoke to him at the entrance to the house. By your leave, sir, they said, we came down once before to get supplies. And when we reached camp and opened our sacks, there was each man's money in the mouth of his sack to the full. But we have brought it back with us, and we have brought more money with us for the supplies. We do not know who put our money in our sacks. Set your minds at ease, he replied. Do not be afraid. Your God and the God of your father put treasure in your sacks for you. I received your money. And he brought Simeon out to them. Oh, see, again, I mean, that chamberlain sure was an Egyptian. It's amazing what the work that Joseph did in Egypt. Huh? How come nobody worked within Israel the same way? All right. Just asking. The man then took the men into Joseph's house. He offered them water to wash their feet and gave their donkeys fodder. They arranged their gift while they waited for Joseph to come at midday, for they had heard they were to dine there. When Joseph arrived at the house, they offered him the gift they had with them, bowing low before him. He greeted them pleasantly, asking, "Is your father well? The old man you told me of, is he still alive?" Oh, now he's asking. Your servant, our father, your servant. Oh, our father is well. There comes the second dream. Your servant, our father, is well. They replied, "He is still alive." And they bowed respectfully. Oh. Looking about, he saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son. "Is this your youngest brother?" he asked, "of whom you told me?" And he added, "God be good to you, my son." Joseph hurried out. So strong was the affection he felt for his brother that he wanted to cry. Now, again, what did I say before? So he has a favorite among the brothers. Well, we have to remember that Benjamin is the only brother that has never betrayed him. And, is a full brother, a full sibling, which shouldn't matter anyway, but to see that his younger brother that he may have worried about because of what happened to him, to see him healthy and happy and taken care of. I can see why. It's not just how relieved he also was. Right? Aww. He went into his room, and there he wept. After washing his face, he returned, and controlling himself, gave the order. Served a meal. He was served separately. So were they, and so were the Egyptians who ate in his household. For the Egyptians could not take food with Hebrews. Really? What kind of a rule is that? Oh. Ugh. Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to go into that one. Dear me. Egyptians have a horror of doing so. Oh, Egyptians have a horror of doing so. I wonder if this is true. Because as far as I know... Okay, done talking about that. See, again, is it true? Was it the Egyptians that had a horror of doing so? Joseph seems to be eating with the Egyptians. And the Egyptians aren't. Right? They know where he came from. All right. Just saying. Who wrote this all down, huh? Yeah. They were... Daniela, what kind of a mood am I in this morning? Ooh, combative. Better not get on that tablet and start talking to people. Ooh, Daniela, I got work to do in the house. I'll be all right. Something's here. Something's kind of going... It's like, to me, that just reading this, all the relationship between Joseph and his family, then going to another country and, becoming successful there, this and that, then reuniting with his family and how that takes place, how that is given here. It just shows so much of what humankind has become. It's right here, everywhere, right here. It is already there. And supposedly, some of these writings, this and that, are 4,000 to 5,000 years old, maybe even more. How can anyone say exactly what happened there, this and that, unless it was all written down somehow? Well, they did. So I guess it was put together somehow. But again, interesting. I know how I'm supposed to read this, but I just read things a little differently. Egyptians have a horror of doing so. I don't think it was the Egyptians. They were placed facing him in order of seniority, from the eldest to the youngest, and the men looked at one another in amazement. Why? Why were they looking at one another in amazement? He had portions carried to them from his own dish. Oh, maybe because of that. The portion for Benjamin being 5 times larger than any of the others. And they feasted with him and drank freely. Oh, they were drinking. Okay, then. When you have a little alcohol with, well, freely means they had a lot. Alcohol, when you have food with and alcohol, usually alcohol doesn't quite affect you as badly. Except for, it says here, they were drinking freely, so they all ended up drunk. The more the merrier, kind of thing. Well, here we go. I wonder if one could take stories like this and learn from it in the way that Joseph handled all that, right? When someone comes and says, "Hey, I need some money. You have some money for me?" You know, when you're a brother or a sister and they come and ask you for, you know. Sure, okay. It should be, "I will give you, yet this is what I need you to do for the better of the other." Joseph doesn't carry fault in many ways for any of what happened to him. He was young, he was excited about things, and he shared it with his family. His family took it the wrong way. That's very sad. And then, they betrayed him. All the brothers betrayed him. Then, Joseph wasn't without him. Joseph believed. Joseph had faith. He believed in his Father in heaven. Had great value suddenly to another nation. Saved nations from starving. One person, according to the story. The management of it. And then he ends up figuring out a way when his brothers show up to reunite with his family. With no ill will towards them, it sounds like. Anyway, there it is. That is Genesis 43. It's raining, which is nice. We're down to about maybe 500, 600 gallons of water. That's going down. So we need rain, and we're getting it. No, I don't pray for rain anymore. I just, God's will, not mine. And it's been working out just fine. Prayer, people might not believe that, but I tell you what. How was Joseph favored here by God, if you want to call it favored? He made all the right conditions, and God could. He'd spent time in jail. This was needed so that there could be all these different things happening. That then eventually the Pharaoh goes, the cupbearer tells Pharaoh, "Hey, I know this guy. He can actually interpret dreams, you know." And then suddenly he has this station and has a wife, has 2 beautiful sons, 2 children, feels so blessed, right? Yes. And then suddenly there's this possibility to reunite with his family as well, you know, set aside all the, and he's been teaching so wonderfully. Yeah. Everyone, everywhere. Prayer. There's great power in prayer. Great power. Almost to the point sometimes when you know God's love and how much He actually loves us, and you let him love you, you have to almost sometimes be careful what you wish for. But then realize that as well and take, all right, I'm not just here for myself. I've got to be careful for what I want, for what I need, so that I'm only asking for it in the amount of what I need, not what I want. You know? You remember? I say that a lot. Ask for what you need, not just what you want. Anywho, so there it is. Learned that lesson as well. I'm very careful. Besides, praying for rain here, it's not like I'm just doing that for myself. There's other people here. But yeah, anyway, that's a difficult one to explain, but there it is. All right, so let's see, pledge number 7, one more time. Our family pledges to perfect a world based on the culture of heart. Joseph has that base of culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage, in our Father in heaven, through living for the sake of others, not ourselves, by centering on true love. Right, Gus? Oh, I have to mention this one. I saw a good one. There's some athletes, I don't know if that's some, again, just a tiny fraction of them, just getting all the attention. Why? I'm not getting it, but so they take a knee when the anthem comes, whatever, going, oh, when I first saw that, going, oh, look, they're praying on top of everything. I love that. And then it turns out they're doing what? I saw one this morning, and it said, if I wanted to take the advice of athletes who are chasing after a ball, I'd be asking a dog. Anywho. So there we go, right? One can see things from one's heart to mind in one way, right? If you have no explanation to it, or immediately go to the negative. I said, I said, oh, look, not only do they respect their country, but now they're taking a knee and respecting God. How wonderful. I love that. I was surprised that only there were a few doing that. Then I found out, oh, they're not doing that for... What? Come again? You gotta be kidding me. Something not right there. Anywho. So, I thought about it every time I see that. Or hear about that. I don't watch sports. I think, no, they're taking a knee to respect God and the flag of their country. The flag of their country, and on top they're respecting God. That's what I see. Just as the rainbow, the colors of the rainbow are a promise from God, that He will give us enough time to find back to our original self. There. Done. That's how I see things. That's how I want to see things. That's how I train myself to see things, and then I teach. Yes. There was, what was it? There was one more thing. I saw how people get offended over certain words, right? Well, again, the Gentiles and the infidels. Well, I can look at that also one way or the other, right? In the positive, not the negative. There are certain words out there, and they're offensive to people, this and that, and I have to say, really. Words to me, they're just everyday words per se, and okay, well, I can't help you people out there, you know to make something out of anything. But here's the thing. The cussing and cursing, especially when it comes to the realm of love, where there are words out there that are so degenerate when it comes to them. People use these words wherever, whichever, you know, and there's no problem with that. No problem with that. That's all. I don't hear anybody protesting against the. No. So right there, you people got these things all in the wrong place. So, if you really wanna start attacking language, this and that for certain reasons, then you do it where it's really should. The MF word, think about that one. The B word, think about that one. Where children are used or described as because of none of their own fault. That they don't have are born out of wedlock, say. What? Come on now. Anyway, I'm not getting that. You're all good with that. Good. Okay. Well, anywho. See, that's how twisted people are out there. But it's all right. We'll pray for them too. I keep saying it. Please don't cuss and curse. There are certain words there I don't see, you know. But when it comes to the realm of love and describing a child as something negative that has nothing, it's not the child's fault. It's not, right? Then I'm sorry. I have to keep reminding you. And again, what the heck? Who the heck comes up with a word to describe a child and then use it as a cuss word? Huh? People use that word, especially in Asia. They love that word. They love that word. Love it. Very disappointing. Well, and anyway, that's it. Now I got going. There's always a reason, and it's raining more. Thank you, Father. I didn't ask for it, but we do need it. Must be doing something right. Yeah. So, well, anywho, there you go. Whatever. So there you go. It's going to be a nice day today. I got a lot of work done yesterday. Got to do more today. I pull out a little bit of Christmas stuff every day, just a little, right? Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. By the time Christmas is over, I can start putting one little thing at a time away again. Then I'll have it all out. Then I'll start putting it away again. Oh, what a time. All right, well, that's all I wanted to share this morning. Please remind people to not cuss and curse. I saw a post where, yeah, I'm kind of done, where the Christmas vacation, the guy, the main guy, you know, he shows his finger at the car, I guess, to the truck drivers, this and that. And it said something about how this is how I begin Christmas or something. Yeah? And it's like, wow, that's disturbing. That's really, really sad. Right? I don't think that the F word should be associated with Christmas in any way, or the finger giving, or it's a movie. I've watched it many times actually, but nah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I think I'm going back to It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, there you go. Done. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to y'all another time.